Hi everybody, we are Cecilia, Claudia and Lucia, and we're in charge of the small intestine.
To start, I'm going to do a little introduction. The small intestine is part of the gastrointestinal tract and is found between the stomach and the large intestine. Its job is to absorb most of the nutrients from what we eat and drink. So the small intestine finishes digestion and takes this digested food to the bloodstream.
Yeah, the small intestine has three main parts: the duodenum, the jejunum, and then the ileum. But before talking about that, we have to talk about a little mass that is here between the stomach and the small intestine. It is called the pyloric sphincter, and it separates the stomach from the small intestine. It's also in charge of the prevention of the chyme from rising. Then we have the duodenum, that is right here, almost. Then we have here the jejunum, and then we have the ileum, that is the last part. The jejunum is full of the intestinal villi, and I forgot to say that in the duodenum is where the most of the chemical reactions take place. Then the ileum is just the last part, and then between the ileum and the first part of the large intestine we have a valve called the ileocecal valve that separates the first part of the large intestine from the ileum.
As Cecilia said, the small intestine has three parts, and I'm going to talk about the measurement of this part. The first part is the duodenum, that measures 26 centimeters. The jejunum, that is the second part, measures 2.5 meters, and the ileum measures 3.5 meters.
Now we're going to explain the process that occurs in the small intestine during digestion. To do it, we're going to use this side as the small intestine, these two bottles as the juices, and this one as bile, this sponge to represent the process of absorption, and this tapper as the bloodstream.
Yeah, before talking about what does the bile, we have to say that peristalsis is continuously. Peristalsis is the movement of the small intestine. Okay. But put it over here because it's going to fall. And now my partner Claudia is making peristalsis. Oh. No, thank you, Claudia. I know it's pretty disgusting.
Yes.
Put it here. Yeah. Then the liver adds bile. Bile hasn't got enzymes. It has pigments and carbonates. The pigments are called bilirubin, and these pigments are in charge of emulsify lipids. Then the carbonates of bile are in charge of neutralize chyme into chyle. In the small intestine, because of the bile, the how can I say it? The carbohydrates digestion is completely finished. Now,
The pancreatic juice. The pancreatic juice is used by the body to neutralize proteins into amino acids, fat into glycerol and fatty acids, and starch into simpler sugars. The pancreas is a mixed gland that is located in the abdominal cavity near the proximal duodenum. It is formed by two parts, the exocrine part and the endocrine part. The exocrine pancreatic juice is that the pancreas secretes approximately 1 liter of pancreatic juice daily, and the endocrine pancreatic juice, its hormones are essential in the process of metabolize. Now I'm going to talk about the intestinal juice. The intestinal juice is secreted by the intestinal gland. The intestinal juice is used to neutralize hydrochloric acids coming from the stomach and release gastric hormones into the bloodstream. and it contains intestinal enzymes that helps with the digestion and absorption of nutrients.
Now we're going to see how this digested food enters absorptive cells and then enters the bloodstream. Lucia is going to represent that process. Triglycerides and fatty acids enter absorptive cells in the small intestine through micelles. Then they leave micelles and recombine into chylomicrons that then enter the bloodstream. Vitamins and mineral salts can be directly absorbed into the cells. That's because they are composed of small molecules that can enter directly into them.
Now, as a cool fact, we're going to talk about ileitis, was it?
Yeah, ileitis.
Ileitis. That is a chronic disease with maybe an autoimmune element. We say maybe because it's not proved that has an autoimmune. This occurs when our own immune system attacks our own ileum, causing an inflammation.
I'm going to talk some causes. Some causes are genes or family background, smoking and environmental elements. And some symptoms are fever, tiredness, or fatigue.
Other two symptoms are constipation and painful defecation. Now I'm going to talk about treatments and methods of prevention. Treatments. Doctors normally prescribe you anti-inflammatories and antibiotics. However, in serious cases, a surgical procedure is necessary. Now I'm going to talk about methods of prevention. To prevent ileitis, you have to avoid spicy food, eat natural probiotic food, avoid products with high levels of fiber, drink a lot of water daily, etc.
Yeah, and now I'm going to talk you about some risks of ileitis. It has lots of risks. Some of them are that it can cause colon cancer, intestine cancer, joint inflammation, and so on.
And this is all, and now our partners will continue with the process.